Let's go! T-minus 26 minutes before we get ourselves a cheeky sprint race. So I'm here for it. I apologise for being apparently late, but life happens. 13%. Oh my gosh, William, say ain't so. I got myself a cheeky lollipop, man. It's too. You'll forgive me. I had to come on. You know what I mean? These other. In fact, let me not even say that. I was gonna act out of character. You guys are legends. Genie, it's gonna get techie, eh? It's gonna get techie. Getting warmer all the time, says Crofty. What are they going to do? Softs, mediums. What are they going to do, ladies and gentlemen? Can you see how the lights is interacted with my lollipop? I like Bernie's style. Reef is kind of... I like Reef a little bit as well, to be fair. Does F1 not need more of these personalities as we are T-minus 26 minutes away? Have you guys heard people talking about this Franco Colapinto thing? The rumour, the word on the F1 curb is now swap deal, that Carlos Sainz will cease and desist his contract. Null and void it in real time with Williams before he even turns a wheel in 2025. That Carlos Sainz will leave Scuderia Ferrari and go straight across the Red Bull and sit alongside Maximilian Verstappen. Franco Colapinto will continue on over at Williams alongside Alex Albon. Do you hear the roar? Franco Colapinto, put some respect on his name. What do you mean? Do you know what I mean? All of the Argentine massive out in full force, and some Brazilians too, shouting and cheering for both Colapinto and one Lewis Hamilton. Oh, medium. Max always wins on mediums. William. I'm saying to Martin Valeri of lower lap time that you just can't back against Max. All these buds, Will Buxton included. Will Buxton was talking all this nonsense. I apologise. I'm being very rude with this, but it's chaos. Will Buxton, I remember that fella on a podcast saying that I don't think Lando could win. I think he will win the championship. Or how does that work? I know nobody bats 1,000. But that's an awfully bad take, especially with... And he might still go on to win, who knows, right? 102 of you watching concurrently as your boy Cameron tries to juggle and spin a very many different plates. What are we looking at here? Is this... who's this? Is this Fangio? Oh, we're looking at Ayrton Senna, of course. Bloody Nora. What is this? Oh, no. Don't go away from this. This is like an old foot. What are we doing? Sky F1 are absolute jokers. MS, you're a legend. Sir Lewis, I know. This is his day, eh? Ted Kravitz getting in the car. I don't mind this, but they were going through something that... They were going through a piece of production footage that felt more pertinent. Do you know what I mean? I imagine, says Kayla. This is insane. Madness. Oh, MS, you're far too kind. Not at the moment. Everything's too chaos at the moment. I apologise for coming to you guys in a poor state of repair. Sometimes it is what it is. I put my hat on, but again, I'm far too old to be a grown man wearing a cap. Genie, it has to be done, eh, sometimes. I'm just worried about the noise. Whenever I listen to podcasts with my discerning ears and I hear the slurping, I'm just like, click off. Can't do it. Have you guys in North America seen Trump doing... Oh my gosh, what is... I can't get into it. Sky F1 is a joke. Go and watch. Listen, I don't want to get into the politics because I understand we are all of very different political leans. But Donald Trump did a speech and he did some very... the moves were techie. That's... Gee, but it's going to get a bit techie later on today, right? Before qualifying, proper qualifying for the proper race, paid session. Lucy's going to jump in Ayrton Senna's car of 1990 and drive it round into Lagos, mate. We'll stream it. I'll find out the time and we'll be streaming here for it, but I can only imagine tears. Last time, if Seb Vettel did it and I ended up with hay fever settings. I use the hay fever word very, very, very loosely. Imagine Lewis going round here. If he brings out the bloody Brazilian flag, oh my gosh. handkerchief at the ready. I'm going to struggle. I will struggle not to cry. I'll tell you the truth. I don't disagree, Kayla. It's chaos in North America. It's chaos, Jeannie. Again, I can't repeat what you're saying there, Jeannie, but it's chaos. Last time I said Elon Musk's name, everyone's like, stay out of politics, Cameron. Stick to F1. How dare you talk about politics? It's quite an incendiary topic, isn't it? Jomo, you're a legend, sir. Right, look. We are T-minus 20 minutes to 21 minutes away, and there's some subject topics we want to get to. I will talk about science. I will talk about Franco Colapinto. I will talk about the numerous issues that these guys are going to have to solve for in able to nail, in order even to nail this sprint race. Tired egg front and centre, of course. Setup issues. Some of you guys, shouts out to Outlaw. Some of you guys spotted that it looks like the McLaren are running super low. Some of you, the more discerning-eyed amongst you, will have spotted the new wing on that McLaren. Again, that potentially holds the key to Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri nailing this sprint race. But what are we talking about when we're saying new beam wing and new rear wing? What does that unlock necessarily? It unlocks aerodynamic efficiency, just like Adrian used to talk about. That's one of the central tenets, the cornerstone even, using which he builds his cars. Again, he was born on the back of 1994. The car wasn't adaptable enough for its current circumstance around enough corners. Indeed, because of that, Adrian Newey blames himself still to this day for Ayrton Senna's death. He didn't build a car that was capable, right? The rules between 93 and 94 changed massively. No longer was active suspension a thing. He failed to adapt. And listen, some may say that it's not the strongest of the species that survives. It's the most adaptable to change, if indeed you are Adrian Newey. And this is what McLaren are leaning into as far as the design philosophy. So look, that aerodynamic ring, that rear ring, and the bing, I always forget the name of this, the wing beam, both of which are new on that McLaren. Super light, pronounced as far as the scoop, right? And it looks like it gives them all of the downforce requisite to nail sector 2 and sector 3, which are slow minimum speed turns, but then still have a lot of pace on the straights of sector 3 end of and sector 1 start of. What does that mean? Well, you see that time borne out in the bloody maximal velocity. And I have myself a cheeky screenshot somewhere. 329 was their maximum velocity through. Look. So in SQ3, Lando Norris went 329 kilometers. That was the quickest that we saw him go through the speed trap. Oscar Piastri was 328. All the rest of them, no one else got close apart from Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton was quickest on a 329, but then he struggled in the other sectors. This is what I'm saying. You want to make sure there's enough downforce so that you can navigate with speed sector 2, sector 3. Or sector 3 the start of, but the end of sector 3 is the big long start finish straight, right? Start of sector 1, you also need that maximal velocity. So it's a Jekyll and Hyde sort of circuit, this. But by virtue of the fact of Lewis Hamilton, if we're going to use him as a case in point, he has all the straight line speed, but can't do sector 2 and sector 3. That's the issue. And that's what the McLaren's in the hand, particularly of Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri, of course, because he dropped it on pole. That's what they've managed to solve for, isn't it? 329 was how quick Norris was through. So as quick as Lewis Hamilton, but with all the downforce. It's a genius. It's a genius machine. I think that tells us all that you need to know. It's the quickest on the grid, eh? Quickest on the grid. Why is Scott Wise? Right, let's restart this Sky because it's going on a bit stupid. Sky go again, £90 a month, yeah. But the bloody just rubbish every single time. Look at this. What's going on? Sky go, sort out your lives. Like, well, I'm gonna have to transition across to F1 TV, aren't I? Because this isn't good enough. I pay far too much money to receive this poor a service. What are we doing? Absolute nonsense, Daniel. Let's talk politics. No, Chiba, let's not talk politics. It's too sensitive a topic. It's not worth it. and people get too offended too quickly. Do you know what I mean? It's not, politics isn't that much different to F1 as far as people's reactions to it. Just very incendiary. Do you know what I mean? If you disagree, then you are my sworn enemy, and it's trial by combat. Do you know what I mean? And it doesn't need to be. It shouldn't be, but it always is, right? If we disagree, then we can't disagree respectfully. It needs to be. It needs to be on site. That's other people's opinions, of course, not mine. I think we're just looking at the previous sprint qualifying, where Lando nailed himself a pole, or sprint race even, where Lando nailed himself a pole, but Max Verstappen absolutely nailed him off the start. This is the conundrum. Although I will say, Lando Norris, why isn't Jim Clark celebrated as Ayrton Senna? Different era and age. There's not enough perception is reality, right? And Ayrton did a brilliant job of kind of, he was his own best enemy, he's his own, all of like the publicist stuff as far as Senna. Just looking at some of these overtakes into turn one. No, so Senna did a brilliant job of managing his PR, right? He was his own publicist, and it's a different era, right? Jim Clark, people don't even know about Jim Clark on the whole F1 TV. I'm going to have to get onto it, William. Cheaper, it's the only way, isn't it? F1 TV is only $11. Behave yourself, Derek. What are we doing? As Crunch Handet's talking about the running to turn one. It's gradiented, isn't it? It goes up, which again means that the driver's going to have to amend accordingly the amount of revs that they're dialing in. RPM off the line, if you're going to get the optimal start, it's a fine line, right? Too much RPM and you're destined to spin the wheels. Too little RPM and you're going to bog down. Like, when you're about to stall the car, that type of thing, an equivalent to that in Formula One. What type of car have you got this weekend, George? They haven't sorted out the Mercedes as they getting a cheeky word with one George Russell of Kings Lynn, Norfolk, first of his name. They're struggling, aren't they, Mercedes? I think they'll still be tinkering with the downforce, the setup and the aero map in real time. It feels like they've taken off. They always go too far these days as far as taking off downforce. And then that's why the drivers, like they did last Grand Prix, struggle with this knife-edgy setup. Because they've made them too quick in a straight line. Do you know what I mean? Cheeky look at Max Verstappen, who doesn't care about anything. I don't care about Lewis. I don't care about Ferrari. I'm here for a good time, not for a long time. You know what I mean? That's quite interesting. Seeing Max Verstappen. Liam Lawson spoke about this in the red flag pug, that when you see... They put the camera on these guys and you can obviously see the camera and know that your image is going to be on the TV that you're watching at any time soon, right? Because see, Max Verstappen knew he did the experienced man thing and he just carried on watching the TV. No looking at the camera and waving to mum and dad. No, he's an experienced one, isn't he, Max? Mercedes, I don't know about them. Is it Cater? They're in no man's land, aren't they? They're just politics is like F1. Sometimes you got to pay there. Let me tell you this. I enjoy MS's. So Lewis Hamilton, world champion in Brazil 2008 was epic. 2021, definitely one of my. I was just watching it. He wasn't bad. Lewis Hamilton in 2021 round here though. I think that's one of the best overtaking manoeuvres that I've ever seen. The one that he finally pulled on. And Max drove brilliantly as well, for the avoidance of doubt. Line stepping, just a tad, turn 4. But in order to get that overtaking manoeuvre done, the way Lewis Hamilton dummies Max Verstappen into turn 1 to get him offline, and then goes all the way on the outside with a view to take optimize for the geometric racing line, to then go and set Max up into the straight leading into turn 4. One of the egotist manoeuvres that I've ever seen. And I think Lando Norris should go to bed every single night, and Charles Leclerc to a lesser extent. But Lando Norris, if indeed he harbours aspirations of succeeding in his wheel-to-wheel racing with Max Verstappen, needs to be watching that turn 4 manoeuvre turn straight into turn 4 manoeuvre in 2021 by Sir Lewis Hamilton on Max Verstappen. Every single night, Lando should be watching it. Every single one, because that's how you overtake Max Verstappen. That's the blueprint. Max Verstappen has showed it to you. Do you know what I mean? Greetings from Amsterdam. Mikhail, you're a legend. A proper legend. Mercedes, don't know about them. Macon, there were not nearly as many sponsors in the 60s and 70s. Advertising. So it's all about visibility, isn't it, Macon? Nobody knows who Jim Clark is. Getting a cheeky look at Mark Webber, educating his charge, one Oscar Jack Piastri. Oof. Leclerc do better because he's got to get ahead of the. It's bonkers, Genie, that he doesn't get the same penalty. I just think it's unacceptable. The FIA doing what the FIA do. Senna, love, of course. Ayrton wasn't bad, was he? I wish a bonkers sprint race. It could get techie. Perez permanently in no man's land, Gala. Oh, the humanity. Nobody really. Nothing to bin. One of my favourite sporting moments, lose 2008. Is that Glock? Jeez. Goosebumps. T-minus 11 minutes away. We'll get our cheeky metrics up as per usual, courtesy of our mates over at Multiview. Get a cheeky look at Lando Norris. Doesn't Lando look a little bit... I know we spoke about his complexion, which, again, my old man would be like, steroids. He uses steroids. He's got to be using steroids. Oh, cheeky word with Max Verstappen. Oh, he just wins all the time. Max Verstappen apparently has won the last 6 sprint races since the inception of sprint races. He's the only driver on the grid currently to have scored points in each and every single sprint race. Confident. Where's the rain at though, eh? Chat. What happened to the rain that was promised? Lando Norris will be happy for that. Simon's about to talk about my favourite topic. The job that Max is doing in the latter stages of this season, H2, in a car that's subpar, eh? Oh, no kidding, Sherlock. No Mischief says, I actually think Max has been the saving grace. Toto said it best. Toto, the boy who cried wolf, let's have it right, said it best. The Red Bull aren't winning races anymore. Max Verstappen is winning races. It's a good player words there. Ergo, Max Verstappen is the difference maker. That car shouldn't be winning races, shouldn't even be close. Listen to Lewis driving a car, yelling woohoo, having fun, having lots of it, Macon. He's a karter, isn't he? He's a racer. The essence of Lewis has not been lost. Gonna have a conversation at some point, no, ladies and gents. We are gonna look at that record. 19 versus 1. Max Verstappen is beating Checo Perez in quali. Races 19-1. Wins 7-0. Points. Oh my gosh, I need to take a picture of that quick. That's ridiculous. How do you like your F1, ladies and gents? Did I get that picture of that graphic? So we can refer to it later on during qualifying. It's going to be techie though, eh? Oh, I can't wait. Still think qualifying is the highlight to my race weekend, I'll be honest. I wish I could have watched Alonso in his prime. You can go back and watch it, Alonso. Alonso, go back and watch it. I'll give you a starting point. Just type into YouTube 2005 Imola, Alonso and Schumacher, and then 2006 Imola, Alonso and Schumacher, and then just type in Alonso 130R. He's 2005. He was a force of nature, was Fernando. And then you only need to go back and watch. Was it last year or year before? Yes, Ted Kravitz talking about Planquare. Planquare is going to get techie. These guys, some of them at least, are running very, very low. Meaning, again, you run the car super low to make sure that you can optimize for your downforce, right? These ground effect cars, the closer that you can get them to the ground, the quicker that they are. But it gets... oh, what's your job today, Oscar? Is it to win the sprint? Did you hear that from Oscar? Oh my gosh. Bombshell settings. Rebecca asked him, Oscar, what's the goal today? He says 1 and 2. Asked the question, are you free to win? Oscar says, let's see. Let me tell you this, I'm going to lose my SH1T. If they botch this and continue with this papaya rules nonsense, whilst the delta in the top two, between the top two, Messrs Norris and Verstappen, is 47 points. 4 races to go. If they botch this, I'm going to lose my... scorched earth all the way, chat. Can't afford to do this. McLaren's... They were sparking just a little bit, Macon. You see what they were doing? So I think they're going to have to change the setup. They can't... If that's how close they were to the ground and the car didn't have any fuel in it for the sprint shootout, then when we get to qualifying proper and the race proper, I don't think the lap times that we saw in the sprint shootout, I don't think they'll be as quick in qualifying. They can't be. They're going to have to tinker with the setups. Because remember, Parc Fermé kicks in after qualifying proper. After that point, they won't be able to tinker for their setups. Parc Fermé. This was the big furore around Red Bull, right? That some were saying that they could tinker with their ride heights after Parc Fermé's conditions were imposed. It's a genius treat if they could do that, I mean. F1, just F1 Inc. But hey. There I go. 203 of you watching. Could do me a favour, smash the like. You guys are legends. Are you alright? Cam, is it 100% coming to South Africa in 2027? I don't know. They keep talking about it, don't they, Kayla? I read an article that was like, is it Kaylami? Is it? I know. They're talking about Rwanda potentially getting in on the act and all up and up. That Stefano Dominicali, the head of F1, CEO, whatever he is, has expressed a keen to get a race on the continent, right? But whether that's in Rwanda or South Africa, who knows? I think the problem around South Africa is that Kaylami needs a lot of investment, right, to bring it back to a point where these guys can race around it. What the hell is that on that Red Bull car? Cooling's going to be an issue, eh? 237 watch you could currently. We're T-minus 5 minutes away from a sprint race. Oh, and breathe. Could be a problem when they have more fuel in the car. They're going to have to change it, Ibiza. They can't run as low as they ran. They can't run that low. They just can't. They're not going to be able to. They were far too low. 108. So Oscar did a 108.9 flat. 108.899 to be precise. They won't be going that quick in quali, I don't think, unless the conditions change or whatever. 37.1 were the track temperatures in the sprint shootout. Air temps were 20.4. If they're comparable, I don't think they'll be able to go as fast. They won't be able to go as fast. Although, I wonder what the rules are as far as them. Say you go and... I don't know. I'm imagining maybe they go and put it on pole and then go and change their ride height afterwards immediately. I'm sure teams will be doing dodgy things, you know what I mean? What's JR saying? I've got to say, I think Norris is the most consistently improving driver, says JR Hawkins. He's a brilliant peddler. He is good. And I think last race, if there was anything that we were going to take away, improving probably isn't the word that I'd use. Evolving. He's becoming a different driver. Lando Norris at race 1 in 2024 is a very different driver to Lando Norris as at round 19. I think last race weekend showed you that he's got a bit of devilment. I think he almost lured Max Verstappen into that penalty. Turn 7, turn 8 was a bit techie because I think Lando was almost trying to give. Yeah, I think Lando was a bit coy with that. I'll be honest with you. And again, he's getting his elbows out, not just on the track, but in the driver's briefing as well. Now he's got the support of the other 19 of the grid, eh? And then Lando Norris gets to this. Why is it so bloody loud in my ear? Can't Sky just calibrate for their noise? So look, Lando Norris, I still think he's got a lot of work to do. Ultimately, prevention is better than cure, right, as far as racing, Max. There's not too many that go into the gigantic moors that are racing Max Verstappen and come out alive, right? So in the end, if you're Lando and you can avoid it by putting it on pole and then just doing the lights to flag victory, then that will be the optimum strategy, right? Prevention as opposed to cure. But if you have to go wheel to Max, there is a way to do it. Watch 2021 Lewis and the way that he did it. Watch the way that Charles did it in 2022. There is a blueprint. Not saying you're going to get it done like that, but again, if you're going to stack the odds in your favour as far as being a peddler, 347.4 kilometers an hour is your top speed around this track. It's going to get techie, ladies. Look at the track, it's mad. Jekyll and Hyde type track. Sector 2 and Sector 3 offering you very different problems that you've got to solve for as a peddler and as an engineer. As versus Sector 1. It's just difficult. It's a Jekyll and Hyde type track. But no, as far as Lando, he's evolving. You can hear him. I've been crying out for Lando to man up is a bad turn of phrase, but you understand what I mean. Like, grow up. Like, just turn your cap around, chap. I know I'm being very un-PC with my terminology, so Kayla, Genie, bear with. But you understand what I'm talking about. Get your arms out. Get in that chap's face. Your countenance and your attitude means a lot here. Your defensive posture off the grid as an example. Get into these chaps' face, Lando knows, because you're plenty good enough. It's all about attitude. Like Martin would say, it's all about conversion. This is how good are you and how much can you execute, because he's plenty good enough. He's plenty good enough. But I mean, he wouldn't be the first driver to be brilliant as far as their upside potential, yet leave a lot on the table by virtue of execution or lack thereof. T minus 1 minute away from a cheeky formation lap. Watch your vids all the time. Terry, you're a legend. First time locked into the live during race sprint. Looking forward to the proper commentary. Terry, we don't do proper commentary over here. Just me reacting in kind to just being a fan. It's becoming a fan. I never wanted to use the terminology fan channel, but I think it applies best as a signifier. I think that's the language that's most apropos, because ultimately this channel lives or dies by the support, by the time that you guys spend on it here with me. A couple of seconds away from a cheeky formation lap as you see the top portion of Lewis Hamilton's Senna dedication of a helmet. Oh my goodness, that helmet is a bit incredible. Incredible. Right, let's go. Should we get some metrics up? Oh, I'm nervous. 247 if you're watching Kakoli. Do me a favour, smash the like if you could. Checo for 6th, Teddy. I mean, he's convinced he's still got a seat for 2025. He says that his contract is watertight. Maybe, Checo. Maybe it is Checo. Or maybe it's not. Oof. Cooling. Oof. I can see smoke. Is that on a... Oh, no. What's going on, Challenger? How nervous am I? Oh, dear. Oh. Huh. K-Mag, by the way, is not racing. He's too sick. Bearman's taking his seat for all the sessions. I'm nervous. Right, let's get some... Right, come on. Yeah, Karan Chandak's talking to the salient point. Right. Oscar apparently meant to play the team game, but when he was asked pre-race, what's the goal? He said 1 and 2. He's not talking about the order, is he? He's looking to go for it. Is Oscar? I think that's just that. That's just who he is. I'll be honest with you. I think that's just. I think that's just the way that Oscar Piastri is wired. He's a killer of a racer, and he doesn't care. He cares not for your sentiment nor your F1 snowflakery. Get out my way. Oscar will race hard. Lando just wants to hope. Like, it's papaya rules, eh? No crashing. That's what he needs. Get out my way, Oscar. Racing for a championship here. 47 points is the delta between first and second. Messrs Verstappen and Norris in the Drivers' Championship. As at the 2nd of the 11th, 2024. It's going to get techie, ladies and gents. How do you like your Formula 1, huh? How do you like your Formula 1? Like this. Do you know what I mean? Go on then. Let's get some metrics up and we can... Oh, let's go. Do you mean if he needs to let Lando know? Kiran Chandak always already talking about... Why don't they talk about what Oscar Jack Piastri just said? Why are they hypothesizing where the best place is to let him go? It's going to get a bit tacky, ladies and gents. It's going to get squeaky bum time. How, ladies and gents, do you like your F1? We are seconds away from a cheeky formation lap, and I'm here for it. Come on. I'm a little bit behind on my audio, my visuals, so bear with me. The sadists amongst you, I'm sure, will enjoy that, but... Oh my God, I'm nervous. Why am I so nervous? Right, let's go. I'm nervous. Everybody on the mediums, no pit stops anticipated. Oh my gosh. Okay, they've gone and I can't see. I'm behind you guys. Oscar's not letting through Lando, no. Right, 5 lights. Lights out. Oh my gosh. Lando Norris didn't get away at all. Crofty, what are you talking about, chap? Lando just... Oh my gosh, Lando... Let's go. Let's go, Charles. Decent defence from an unrushing Max Verstappen. Having a sneaky look up the inside of turn 2. What are we doing here? But look at Max going super aggressive, right? I think Max realises that earlier on is his best chance, his best opportunity of getting round the red car. Later on, when Charles gets his tyres in and his iron, it's going to be super difficult to overtake. Indeed, you might argue that Max Verstappen might go backwards. Nico Hülkenberg is the story of the start. Nails himself a cheeky 3 places. Look at the deltas, ladies and gents. He's gone. Oh my gosh. Oh, what's going on? Oh. How do you like it, F1, ladies and gents? Yeah, Corinne Chandler makes the salient point that new wing is super efficient, eh? That's how you nail a start. Piastri's gone, eh? Oh my gosh. Oh, there you go. Now Lando is gone. The 2 McLarens are breaking away. All eyes on the papaya rules. When do you effect team orders, Zach Brown and Andrea Stella? When and how, ladies and gents? When and how? That's all that I need to know. Max Verstappen sniffing all over the gearbox of one Charles Leclerc. Charles Leclerc at DRS enabled as well. Oh no! DRS enabled and Max Verstappen. Look at this. Right on the gearbox of one Charles Leclerc. Oh no, Charles, are we going to get... Oh my God, he's having a look, isn't he, Max Verstappen? Again, Charles Leclerc and Max Verstappen vying for 3rd place. It's going to get techie. Max isn't going to wait too much longer to have a proper sniff of that. As Checo Perez, what's Checo doing? I mean, who cares, eh? Perez up into 12th. Albon down. Oh, go on then. You runners and riders. First, Oscar Piastri. Soon follows his teammate Lando Norris, Leclerc, Verstappen, Sainz, George Russell of Kings Lynn Norfolk, Pierre Gasly, Lawson, Hülkenberg and Ollie Behrman complete out your point scoring positions. Well, if it was a championship, but it's 8 positions, isn't it? It's your top 8. First, we'll get 8. Second, we'll get 7th. Third, we'll get 6th, and so on and so on. As Oscar Piastri goes purple. Now in the DRS. So 2. Look at, oh my gosh. Oh no, Max. Max around the outside of Charles. Oof. Charles playing by the new rules, eh? Oof. Oh no. Max Verstappen is going to have a look. Yeah, Max Verstappen struggling for traction, isn't he? Okay, all right. Oh, the McLaren's closing up. Max up the inside into oh my gosh, into turn 4. He's just had a look, hasn't he? You see, Max, I think, is playing by the new rules and the new guidance now. Somebody said on a podcast not long that Judge, is Max going to take a tad of aggression off of his driving style? And said if the person said, I think it was Alex Jakes, if past his prologue, on the back of the incidents that they had, Lando and Max at Austria, when they went into Silverstone, Max was playing nice, and I think that's what we're going to see from Max. I know he doesn't care on the large part, but after you get yourself 2 10-second penalties, you're not going to want to incur any... Take your time, Max. You know the game. Take your time. I think the inference is that you're going to try and take... I think GP is telling, stay within DRS, Max. Chew your food, your automotive pugilism food, sir, before you swallow it. You only need 1, Max. You only need 1. So the key is, when are they going to pull the switch? If they let Oscar Piastri win this race, I'm going to lose my SH1T. I'm telling you. I heard Oscar Piastri say a thing about, that the goal is 1 or 2. No, the goal is for 1 Lando Norris and 2 Oscar Piastri. That chap is in a title battle. What are we doing? Opportunity turn 9. Focus on exit. What are they talking about? Put team orders, chap. Get it. Look at. Do you see how Oscar Piastri defended Lando? Mark Webber's been in his ear, ladies and gents. He's not having it, is he, Oscar? He's not looking to play by Lando Norris's rules. Where are the team orders, Zach Brown, Andrea Stella? Where are they, chap? 21 laps remaining, 4 laps in the books. Your runners and riders, Oscar Jack Piastri, Lando Norris. That's all that you need to know. Look at bloody Norway. Look at Max Verstappen. Look, Max Verstappen on the brakes, massively locked up. And there will be a tax to pay as far as his race pace over the next 20 races. Massive flat spot settings. Oh, the humanity. 321 of you watching concurrently. You're going to need Oscar. What a joke, says Poggers. You remember when I told him that? Give back the position, Lando. You're going to need a team to win yourself a championship. You need Oscar. Lando, please. Please, Lando. Give the place back. Lando, if he doesn't get that place, can you imagine these lot of the drivers' press conference? Solve for this, Andrea Stella, Zach Brown. Because if I were Lando Norris, scorched earth, and I think you will see scorched earth Lando. He's already talking like that pre-race, wasn't he? I don't care what. Look at this, 0.5 seconds is the diff. Oh no, now you've got Leclerc closing down on Lando, so you can't even do it. Lando, when are we doing it? Yeah, I'm close. Lando, talk with chest, sir. Tell them. Tell them. Do it now, because Charles Leclerc's breathing down my neck. Charles Leclerc is now within DRS of Lando Norris. When are we doing this switchback? Do you remember Hungary when you told me that I would need myself a team behind me? I will need at some point the support of Oscar Jack Piastri. Well, that's happened already and you didn't give it to me. How about now? What about Monza? Second chicane. How about now? Lando Norris. It's happening, Sid. It's happening. They need to do it. He's close. Look how close he is. Give it to him, Oscar. McLaren, get in front of... what are they doing? Oh, gee. Lee seems to be having problems, as always. He hasn't got enough downforce on the car. They can't... They keep on... Lando Norris is struggling. Not Lando. Lewis Hamilton is struggling because they... I missed a turn. Oh, gosh. Lewis. Lando, we understand. Just keep... Shut up about keep an eye on Leclerc behind me. I don't care. Lando must be like, give me the position now. And Oscar that can deal with Leclerc. What? It's a second look. Oh, my God. Are they going to botch this, chat? Are we going to get any team orders here? Oh, my God. I can't even... The tension is killing me. You can cut it with a knife. The commentary just say that they don't want Leclerc challenging Lando. No, so what they want to do, so what they're scared of is that in the process of pulling the switcheroo, that they ease off too late and then, oh my gosh, Max Verstappen goes purple, yeah? 111.9. Okay, so Max Verstappen challenging Charles Leclerc makes perfect sense. Now, the McLaren, the Papaya boys need to get a move on, This needs to be Peloton now. They need to use this Max Verstappen challenge. Lando's going to be like, yeah, but I'm not sure what I'm doing here, mate. I thought we spoke about this. Oh, no, it is happening, ladies and gents. I thought we spoke about this. Andrea Stella, get involved. Do something. What do you mean it's probably going to go to the... Do it now. Do it now. What are you waiting for? Unbelievable. Wow. Lewis Hamilton down 3 places, you're right, Genie. So too, down 3 places, Alex Albon. Lewis is struggling. Meanwhile, King George still in 6th on a 112.5. Ladies and gents, this is going to get techie, isn't it? It's going to get techie. Oh, how do you like it? Are they going to let Charles Leclerc... Are they going to get Lando fall into the claws of Charles Leclerc? Look into the more of a charging red car. This is nonsense. 283 if you're watching concurrently. Poll question. Whatever. Yeah, whatever. Let's go, Lando Norris. I agree with you, sir. He's come a bit different. I wish that he'd get in front of this more. Whatever. What are you doing? Whatever. What are you doing? What are you doing? It's long now. They should have done it already. There was an opportunity there, like a couple of laps back, when they could have effected the change, leveraged team orders, and then Lando can, like Oscar can play rigger. Are they really going to do this, ladies and gents? Cam, they're having Oscar slow down. He can go faster than this. He's not good enough, Nate. He's not slowed down. Look at this. Now Charles Leclerc. Oh my gosh, chat. They flopped it, haven't they? They really let Lando fall back into the claws of Charles Leclerc. Now he's involved in a three-way fight even for second place with one Maximilian Verstappen and one Charles Leclerc. What's the point here? McLaren are nonsense. Honestly, McLaren are absolute sabotage merchants. I can't wait to make the review video. Scottish turf settings. What are we doing? Do we want to win a championship? Checo Perez, nice sexy move into turn 4. Don't hate that. 302 of you watching concurrently. I'm not surprised. Oscar is that type of guy. It's not Oscar though, is it? It's the team need to get their arms around this. Ironically, 2007, what happened to Lewis Hamilton's championship? The one that he should have won in his rookie year. Ron Dennis fluffed his lines is what happened. And the two McLaren boys at the time, Alonso and Lewis, ended up even on points. Lewis ahead in the championship based upon countback. Gave away the championship that year to Kimi Raikkonen. And McLaren are about to give away more points at the altar of blood. Look at Piastri. Give Lando DRS. No, man. Give Lando the place. What are we... look at that. Windsor's going to be fuming. Peter Windsor is going to be losing his mind. This is ever so frustrating, Chuck. Yeah, Piastri said a 1-2. Oh, my God. Point 8. Runners and riders. Oscar Piastri leading the race with time in hand on a 1:12.6, looking to make a statement. 1:12.3 was Lando Norris's last lap in second. 0.967. Oh no, look at that. Lando now outside of DRS. Although Oscar Piastri has been told to give Lando Norris DRS. Chaps, guys and girls, this is getting techie, is it not? We have ourselves civil war at the papaya coloured team. Oof, Ollie Behrman up into turn 1 on the inside. Look at that. Don't hate that, Ollie Behrman. Up the inside of Nico Hülkenberg. Let's go. Hülkenberg was very generous, choosing not to fight him. They should have given Lando the lead. 100%. MSRS, what are we doing here? 14 laps remaining. And McLaren are busy fiddling around with their food. Make the switch. Zach Brown, what more or less? What do you need to know? Tell you what, they should have switched it around then, and Oscar can just play rear gunner. As soon as I heard Oscar say that the goal from this race, from McLaren's perspective, isn't for a Lando race win, it's for a 1 and 2. What does that mean by insinuation? The implication of Oscar Jack Piastri saying that is, of course, that he's looking to win himself a race. Now, oh my gosh, Lando is looking deep into the maw of Charles Leclerc. A charging Charles Leclerc, of course. What are we doing, Benzi News? Papaya Technics, Macon, this is like God tier levels of incompetence and indecision. Listen, 13 laps remaining. If they give this away, maybe they're looking to do an Austria 2002 or whatever, Michael Schumacher and Rubens. Like, just make it happen over the line, eh? It's risky, though. Too risky. There are points at play, and there's a championship to be raced for. And McLaren, oh no, look at Charles Leclerc. If they let Charles Leclerc overtake Lando, or Lando lets... Mate. Yeah, Lucy's struggling. Oh my gosh, look at that red car of Charles Leclerc. Are they going to do... What's going on here, chat? What's Oscar playing at? So Oscar's just eased off to give Lando DRS, right? But he's not giving him more than he needs. Oh, the humanity. Your runners and riders. 12 laps in the bag. 13 laps. Still on the docket. Why are they advertising hashtag Brazil GP? Everyone's using the Brazilian GP as a hashtag. F1. Just not dialed into it. Your runners and riders with 13 laps to go. Piastri, Norris, Leclerc, those are your podium positions. Verstappen in 4th, Sainz in 5th, George Russell, King George Russell, first of his name, in 6th, Gasly, Lawson, Checo, Behrman, having just nailed himself his teammate Hülkenberg into turn 1. Go on, Lando. Go on, Lando. Okay, so Lando's getting a move on now. Okay, Oscar Piastri dropped back again to give his teammate DRS. All right, so now you've got Verstappen's going up into turn 1 this time. Into turn 4, 100% on the inside of Charles Leclerc this time. Charles Leclerc, defend the inside with your life, sir. Very clever from Charles Leclerc. Do you see what Charles did there that time? Defended the inside with his life with a view to get a second move as he approaches the geometric racing line going into turn 4. So that helps them. Okay, that helps Lando. Go on then, Lando. Go on then, McLaren. When you're ready. Like, what's going on here? Oh, I can't take it much. The stress is killing me. It is Liam and Checo again. Look at that. Liam and Checo competing for a cheeky 8th place. Oh, the humanity. Look at that. Look at Lewis languishing in 14th. Oh, come on, Charles. So many mistakes. Bloody Dora. He's making mistakes. Oh, because Max isn't thinking about Charles. Max is looking at the papaya-coloured cars in front of him. The delta between... So, okay, critically, now with 11 laps remaining, Charles Leclerc is not in the DRS. So those two... the McLaren cars need to get on their peloton. Like, this is Tour de France settings. The two of them need to use each other to get away, to bridge the gap to Charles Leclerc. That's why Max Verstappen is getting frustrated, because he wants to do the same with Charles Leclerc. He wants Charles Leclerc to get moving and catch the McLaren boys, eh? Peloton settings working together. That's why he's frustrated. Oh, 11 laps remaining. How, ladies and gents, do you like yourself some F1? 400 of you in the chat concurrently. I've got no visual depressing. See, Paul, I'm trying, mate. I'm trying my best. Oh, Jay, strange DRS overspeed seems single digits. It's techie. It is techie. Oh. Okay, management. Yeah. Okay, so teams are struggling with the tyres. DRS. It's at altitude, though, remember, Jay, this. Not quite as much as Mexico. But the DRS will never be... It's never going to give you like a Silverstone DRS or a Spa DRS, because this is another track where it's high altitude. Not quite the levels of Mexico, but similar. I haven't heard anybody talk about that, because nobody else knows, apparently. 403 of you in the chat. 10 laps remaining. 15 in the books. And again, it's all techie at the front, is it not? Charles Leclerc is fighting for that DRS of Lando Norris, but he's not there. He's within a tenth of getting it, but he's not there just yet. Oscar Piastri, desperate to help. Not so desperate to help one Lando Norris. But they keep ordering him. Give him DRS. But I don't think it's the DRS that's the main issue. I think it's that first position. The difference between first and second during this sprint race, as at the end the checkered flag will be 1 point. But every point matters. We've already given away too many. Oscar Piastri, when are we going to give up the place to the championship contender? One Lando Norris. Or maybe you don't intend to at all. Oscar Jack. Lawson back in 8th. Lawson is in back in 8th. And again, Checo Perez has got DRS, or he will do soon. Oof. Max Verstappen got battery advantage, eh? Oh, Max Verstappen incoming, eh? Into turn 3, into turn 4 potentially. Max Verstappen goes wide. Did he go wide deliberately? Oh, wow. Max Verstappen made a mistake. Leclerc now has breathing space. I thought he'd done that. I thought Max had done that deliberately, a wide angle turn with a view to get on the throttle early. Set up a move into turn 4. Go on then, have a word, McLaren. Hold these positions into the last lap. Why? Why? Will Joseph, Lando Norris's race engineer, says we're going to hold these positions to the last lap. If they mess this up, it's a very dangerous game that they're doing here, playing these games. This is an Austria. Michael Schumacher and Rubens. You don't have a massive amount of margin. When the margins are so fine like this, to pull a manoeuvre like this is very techie. Got to be careful. Supposing Lando falls black... Look at Lando's going to be fuming. Suggest Reddit. Wow. Absolute clown show, Sid. Clown show. I feel sad for Lando here. If I were Lando, I might get on the phone to Christian after this and say, have you got any seats going at Red Bull? Because clearly it looks like McLaren don't have the requisite minerals. Ifing and butting, dilly-dallying. That's chaos, chat. Papaya Tactics Challenger. Yeah, another bore fest. And I like this one, B. Menden, I'll be honest with you. I like this one thus far. Stakes. You got the four of the best drivers in the world at the top, fighting for it. There hasn't been much overtaking. I think this is Windsor's point. Sometimes if there are stakes and good racing, uncertainty and friction, then do you need overtaking every single lap, every single turn? Probably not, I would argue. We have 7 laps on the docket, 18 in the books as Oscar Piastri goes purple. Lando Norris drops outside. Oh my gosh. If Lando attacks do not make it too difficult, is what they're telling Oscar. Yeah, Oscar. Oh my gosh. Go on then, Max. If Max gets around Charles Leclerc here, he's going to go down the inside, but Charles defends the inside with his life, and Max is going to go around the outside there. Oh no. Max Verstappen is free. Oh no. Oh no. Max Verstappen is a coming, ladies and gents. Set that car up for sprint race, right, as opposed to quali. The gap between second and third, 1.4 seconds, Lando Norris to Max Verstappen. Go on then, McLaren. What are you going to do now? Huh? Are you going to hesitate again? Indecision kills sometimes. What are we going to do, McLaren? You're going to sit on this one again? Ladies and gents, like, this makes no sense. This makes no sense. Outlaw, he's been on one, eh? He's in on McLaren who want Verstappen championship because fudge Lando. What do we do? What do they do? It makes no sense. Just like... Fudge's sake. Six laps left. What points will be made? Did you see Mark Webber having a conversation with Oscar Piastri before the race? And when Oscar caught sight of the camera, he pulled the umbrella over his face so that the camera couldn't see him. I don't trust this. I wouldn't be surprised if Oscar just takes the victory, you know? I don't trust it. Max Verstappen. Come on, mate, let's chase him down, says GP. Wow, 2.2 seconds. So go on then, look at this. We have 6 laps remaining, and Max Verstappen will shortly be in the DRS of one Lando no wins. How do you like your Formula One? Once again, reactionary versus proactive at McLaren. Should have got in front of this ages ago. They had plenty of opportunity to affect this. This, ladies and gents, is nonsense. Look at this. Lando Norris sliding around, losing himself time. This is not done, Karan Chandak. This is not done. Wow. Verstappen, we believe, is faster than Leclerc. What does that mean, McLaren? What does that mean? Striking distance. I don't believe in these striking distance. Okay. So Lando's all right for now. But what are they doing? Switch the places. Nonsense. Oh, be careful, Checo. Can you imagine if there's a yellow flag or a safety car in this circumstance and it's Max Verstappen playing rear gunner to Oscar Jack Piastri? Why? As if Lando is the championship, or as if Oscar even has the championship lead and not Lando. Lando is fighting for a championship. What are we doing here? Smoke out of the arse. Genie says Webber's getting his own back with Piastri. Go Tiger, Lion, Boa Constrictor, mate. 389 of you watching concurrently. How's this race going to end? 55% of you think they'll effect team orders. I suppose the better question now is, will Oscar Jack Piastri listen to them? What are they doing? Tell you what, I'm disappointed with McLaren. Even if they do manage to effect team orders on the last lap per Austria 2002 or whenever, Michael Schumacher and Barrichello, I think they've gone about this the wrong way. I think it's just been topsy-turvy. They've put the cart before the horse. It just makes no sense. Yellow flag. Say it's not so, Macon. Oh no. Oh no. No safety car, please. No safety car. If there is a safety car, you know how Max Verstappen is already if there's a safety car. If there is a safety car here, Houston, we have ourselves a Max Verstappen shaped problem. 381 of you watching could go to do me a favour and smash the like as we get ourselves a cheeky yellow flag with only 4 laps remaining. Oh. Is Crofty going to talk about the yellow flag or is he just going to carry on talking? Right, that's it. I'm cancelling my Sky Sports subscription now. Forthwith. What are we doing? All right, so the Haas is moving. Did they switch it, Kayla? Not yet. Not yet, Kayla. Oh, if possible, Oscar's told switch positions with Lando at turn whatever. Oh my gosh, it's because Max Verstappen's coming. That's why. Look at this. They do it. They did it. Lando's in front. Oh, they knew. They had to do it because Max Verstappen is coming. Right, Oscar, you've got a favourite. I haven't even seen it, but I'm looking on the map. Oh, you had to do it. They had to do it. They had to do it because Max Verstappen's got. Look how close Max is on track. Now Oscar's got a defect. Okay, so Oscar. Oh. Wow. Go on then. You think Max is playing games here, Oscar? Go on. If you Oscar, it's game time, chap. You can't make any mistakes, Oscar. Now you've got a race, chap. Oscar, thanks, mate. Oscar, get your eye in, chap, and get out. I know it's yellow flag conditions, no, which means therefore no overtaking. And take your foot off the pedal around the point of the track where there is a mistake, an accident. And of course, that's turn 3, turn 2, turn 3, Hulkenberg. Virtual safety car. Can you imagine? Oh my gosh. You don't play games with Max Verstappen breathing down your neck, McLaren. Let that be a lesson. You've escaped. You just about managed to get onto the boat in time. You just about managed, but you were this close to getting jawsed. Don't play with shots. This is not a game. Soon as you see Max Verstappen, you've got to move quickly. Got moves to make. Got championships to win or lose, apparently. Bloody Nora. How do you like it, F1? That was... I don't want to hear anything from anyone. Not even myself talking about sprint race. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if they... Imagine if they brought out a full safety car. Last lap shootout. Max and Lando. Please see Abu Dhabi 2021. 394 of you watching can go. Barack, when do I would see that and raise you this, Barack? When did the FIA not mess up? Always. Wow. That was techie, ladies and gents. Wow. Look at Oscar Jack Piastri potentially. Oh, look at that. Potentially playing games, Oscar Jack Piastri. Wow. Love that. Oscar skullduggery and brinksmanship, eh? Oh, 2 laps remaining. Virtual safety car is the circumstance that we're dealing with. This has been chaos. I'm not going to lie to you, chat. I've enjoyed this thoroughly. Thoroughly. Oh, it's clear. It's gone green. So why are we still seeing virtual safety car? No, it's not clear. It's virtual safety car per the metrics. What's Crofty at? Sub off Crofty and can we just get in Alex Jakes? What's the point? Oh my gosh. Last lap settings. Virtual safety car is ending. Oh my gosh, look at Max straight at the inside of Oscar. You've been kept... Oh, last of the late breakers from Oscar, and he needed to do that there. If that had been another race, not post Mexican Grand Prix, then it would have been techie. Wow. Ending of the safety car, Ray. Max Fitbit is onto it. Look at this. Max is not messing about. Oh, wow. DRS dragged to the finish line per Fernando Alonso and Checo Perez a couple of years ago. Max Verstappen is going to set him up massively. He's going to go wide and try and get on the throttle early going into the start-finish straight, isn't he? Max Verstappen will desperately want that second place. Oh, no, he's gone tight lines. Look at this. But DRS setting, last lap. How close is Max? No, he's not going to get close enough. He hasn't got the firepower. Oh. Paisley. That was tricky. Oh. Surf Source says Lando is a J. I think Lando's done all right there. Whatever, Lando. What's he said? Is he celebrating like he's won a championship? Probably. He'll have to take that. Doing the waving thing like he did anything. Oh. McLaren escaped with their lives. They tried their best to botch that, didn't they? I know what Peter Wins, a friend of the channel, will have some things to say about that. I'm telling you. Oh. Oh, the stress. How do you like your Formula One chat? Sweating. Palms are sweaty, mom's spaghetti. This is the opportunity of a lifetime. Do not miss your chance to blow. Wow. How do you like your sprint racing now? So they say sprint racing is boring, ladies and gents, that you need a gazillion overtakes to make it exciting. Well done, Oscar. Yeah, they'll know. Oscar could have run away with that fairly easily. Wow. Rear gunner from Oscar. They needed that, didn't they, McLaren? All the talk, Hungary. You'll need him at some point. Well, this is vindication. Although it's only 1 point now. It's only 1 point. You could almost make the case that Lando should have just done what Lando needed to do at Hungary and taken the pain, right? If this is the only upside, 1 point. Although maybe, let's see what happens tomorrow, right? If Oscar is that quick, that pace isn't going to go away and during Sunday, eh? So it's Oscar versus Max. Wow. Oh. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Your runners and riders at the end of the sprint race are as follows. Norris, Piastri, Maximilian Verstappen take your podium positions. 8, 7 and 6 points respectively. Leclerc takes up 4th. Sainz behind him. King George Russell first of his name. Gasly. Perez in 8th. Gets the final point, eh? On a purple sector. A purple last lap, of course. Bloody Nora. Oh, how do you like it, F1, ladies and gents? So before qualifying, let me tell you this. Holy smoke. It's always the question. So look, the question going forward, Lando, whatever you need to do for Oscar, you've got to shine his shoes, make his breakfast in the morning. Do you know what I mean? You owe Oscar Jack Piastri a massive favour there. Because Lando, you didn't have pace to live with Oscar Piastri. I feel like Oscar could have just driven down the road if he'd wanted to. I feel like he could have. Virtual safety car infringement. Max Verstappen being invested. What is this? Yeah, I just heard it, Macon. Wow. Go on, I'm going to stay another couple of minutes, chat, because this is too techy. I feel like driver day, 100% sure. I feel like when it's so techy like this, I need to like decompress almost. And then you're looking at your friend to just, did I just see what I just saw? Max Verstappen is so dangerous. Even when he doesn't have the car, you just can't sleep. You just can't sleep around him. He's just too sharp and too dangerous. All these noddies saying, these muggles, these F1 no-names talking about Max Verstappen. Just look at that. Look at that. Like, you just can't breathe around him. You hesitate, indecision. Each of the aforementioned will kill you when Max Verstappen's around. Safety car infringement investigation for Max Verstappen. I'm guessing that they'll leave it alone. Max Verstappen, they say, tried to anticipate the green light. Safety car ending was orchestrated by the FIA to McLaren one. So I don't know. It's easy to lean into those conspiracy theories, especially when you're so close to the blast radius of what was an epic sprint race. Oh, the humanity. Bloody Nora. Verstappen 10-second penalty again. I don't know. And it would cost him though, because everybody's... Look, if he gets a cheeky 10 seconds... Wow. If he gets a 10 seconds... If he gets 5 seconds, that will set him back to 6.4. That will set him back to 4th or 5th even, between Charles and Sainz. That's not many, eh? It's only a point that would cost him. I think I think the takeaway though, the story arc, is what this foreshadows for the race. What does what we've just seen mean for the race? It means that Max Verstappen has race pace. Can Charles and Sainz get themselves in the midst? Because that's what Lando will need. He'll need not only for Oscar to show up, which it looks like he has, Mr. Alain Prost, Australia's Alain Prost. You know what I mean? And they'll need for Oscar to show up, will Lando, and they'll need Charles and Sainz. He'll need help. The more people that he can get between himself, if indeed he's going to win, himself and Maximilian Verstappen, the better for him. 47 points is the diff, eh? Well, no longer 47 points. What is it now? 8, 7, 6. 45 points is the difference. Oh. Lando's the new golden boy for the FIA. I don't know about that. So corrupt, says Hanny. Was it corrupt? Well, let's see what we'll see. That may be the case, but I don't know if this is proof positive of that. Let's see how it works. Oh, I get what you're saying, that Max Verstappen was on a charge and he would have nailed himself, Oscar and potentially Lando. But for the virtual safety, I don't know. I think it would have been a bit of an ask. Oscar had pace in hand, lest we forget. He had a lot of pace in hand. 4.35, if you're watching. Max is a true racer. What a guy. He's so good. Look at the smile on my face. You like F1 and you don't like that, then do you know what I mean? I've got nothing to say to you. That was good. Modern day Shaw, the lazy, cracked under pressure. Challenger, standard. Although you might argue that he didn't make a mistake, did he, Charles, if we're going to be kind to him? I don't think he made a mistake necessarily, but I think Max just had the pace on him. His car had the pace on him. 539 if you're watching concurrently. I'll stay around another 5 minutes before I go and check. Not proud about it. See the negativity from Lando straight in there. Mate, take it. Martin Valeri of Low Lap Time says, as always about Lando, that you've done enough all year to deserve a cheeky favour. Team told you that you're going to need a team. You're going to need Oscar at some point in the season. This is that point, chap. Do you know what I mean? 47 points going in. Now the diff. Now the diff in the championship is 45. Every point matters. They're really going to regret all those points that they've given away. Eh? Hungary, Silverstone, Austria. Like, can you imagine Austria? Austria would have been another 7 if he just managed to stick the move. So instead of 45, it would have been 38. And then, oh no, what could have been for Lando Norris? No. Oh. It's a different game. Imagine if you're 25 points away from Max Verstappen now, with so few races to go. Completely changes the complexion of the championship. Oh, Max Verstappen and Lando. Let's see the interaction. Cooler than usually. Pursed lip smiles only. Normally they'd be talking. Are they talking? Max tried to say something to Lando, but Lando's not biting, is he? 2 times I think Max tried to talk to Lando Norris there, and Lando's not biting. Can Lando looking at his cheeky prize? Max gets his arm around. Emo Fittipaldi on deck. All smiles, but it looks and feels different, doesn't it? Max Verstappen not hanging around. No words exchanged, ladies and gents. Do you see that? We can't be best friends if we both want the same thing. And that thing is mutually exclusive. There's only one World Drivers' Championship to go around. This, ladies and gents, was always going to happen. Lando Norris cuts a very different figure, doesn't he? Not messing around anymore. There is no lap time lost between Messrs Verstappen and Norris. Sir Lewis bloody Nora. He should be in front, not behind. Lando is a mid-level talent in the quicker strike. I think that's a bit harsh. He's been good, man. He's been good. He lacks edge, but he's learning in real-time pace. It says, Oscar standing in the middle of that photo. He knows who really won. Oof. Jomo. What's an F1 muggle? Muggles, if you read Harry Potter, muggles is like the... They say... Are we gonna? This is gonna stick, isn't it, Jeremy? Muggles are the people that can't do magic. It's a derogatory phrase. Muggle. I use F1 muggles to describe the confirmation bias lot. F1 muggles. I think it's gonna stick, Jomo. Muggles, how genie. You know the terminology. It's good, isn't it? That I think I might have to borrow that. Somebody else has used it before. Dude, after the swap, immediately the virtual. I know what you mean, Walther. It looks bad. It looks bad, particularly if you're a Max Verstappen fan. The virtual safety car, the timing of it looks bad, particularly on the back of the bloody swearing gate. Max gets one punishment. Charles does the same thing and gets another. But I hear you. I think there is rhyme and reason to that. I don't know, Walther. I don't think the FIA tried to switch up a Max Verstappen. Although, this is this 2021 all over again? Are they just trying to prolong it? The FIA and Liberty Media. Go on, let's go conspiracy theory settings for a second. You think it was sus, Walther? I hear you. Let's lean into the conspiracy theory for a second. Cash rules everything around me. Cream get the money. Dollar bills. You're the bottom line, and the green is the only colour that matters as far as Liberty Media are concerned. In order to get the most eyes on the sport and the 2024 championship, they will lean into prolonging it. Lando Norris will be their guy then to do that. They'll need for him to win a couple of races. They would need for a couple of DNS from Max Verstappen. It would be convenient to make for another 2021 championship. All eyes of the sporting world would therefore be on F1. It'd be a perfect outcome. As my nose starts itching me again, Walter. Maybe I'm telling porkies out here. It would be techie. But Liberty Media secretly behind the barriers. I don't know whether they'd effect for it. If they do, we'd never hear about it. But secretly, the likes of Greg Maffei and bloody Stefano Domenicali will be praying that Lando Norris can keep his nose in this battle. Keep Max Verstappen honest for as long as possible. Because that will mean that the world of F1 and sporting world will be watching it just as they were 2021. That's the truth. I don't know whether they would have engineered that virtual safety car. No, you can't really do it right. That's why they say they engineered Latifi's car. Listen, Hulkenberg had an incident and then the virtual safety car was by dint of that, a function of that even. 520 if you're watching. Listen, it's going to get techie. How did Checo get past Lawson? Interesting or handed. It was a move into turn 4, if I recall correctly. Liam, you're a legend. I think Max will retire if he wins the 4th. Oh no, Liam, say it's not so, mate. You're far too kind, by the way. I don't think so. I think he's going to hang around a little bit longer. I think he's got at least another couple of seasons. But Max keeps talking about it. He keeps saying that he's not in this for a long time. He's here. Yeah, he doesn't want to be around till he's 60 or whatever, or 40, because that would be boring. He's already won one championship and he doesn't want to. Do you know what I mean? The rest is just numbers. He's come here and he's done what he wanted to do. When he's not enjoying it, he's going to go and do something else. Race sim. Participate in another formula. Yeah, Lando, you best shake that dude's hand. And shiny shoes whilst you're there, because you owe him a big favour. Still investigation for infringement of the safety car, eh? Bloody no. Christian Horner, what do you know? Ted Kravitz is talking to Christian. I didn't see anything wrong with the restart. What are they investigating, says Ted Kravitz. Christian says it looks okay from everything we can see. But let's wait and see for what the stewards say. What did he do? I think he went too early. Yeah. Oh, 578 if you watch, you could go at lead. Jeez. Oscar Piastri dropping back. Oh my gosh, how do you like that? If he wins, Max will definitely retire, says Mr. Siggy. Daniel Liam, nope. He said he will stay in F1 as long as he feels great racing. Genie says, I know Paisley got a November the 5th rocket up him. Oof. Big up, mate. Yeah, no, Kenny's a legend. So far too kind, Kenny. The FI themselves are in the upper bodies, are not trying to prolong. It's the stewards are simple, just incompetent, immediate VSC, 2 laps more racing. I think you would always, I put my Peter Windsor cap on in these instances, and you always want to defer to, I feel like we're almost going to go bloody qualifying's on in a minute, eh? Waiting and see. Waiting and see to see what happens, eh? Oh, how do you like your F1, ladies and gents, when it's like this, Kenny? You're an absolute legend. 5-second penalty for Ocon. Is this how they get? Well, Johnny Herbert's on deck, eh? So you wouldn't... if there is a penalty to be given to Max Verstappen, then Johnny Herbert will give it. He's that way. Team orders suck employ... Hey, you know name. Go on, let's have a look at that. Holy smoke. Max Verstappen is a shark, and McLaren was swimming in the waters, in the ocean, with a cut on their leg. You just felt it, did you not? I just felt the urgency of the situation. Give the place to Lando now. I feel like they tried they desperately tried to lean into the very dangerous moors of a charging Max Verstappen, didn't they? They tried their best. They really tried to seize defeat from the jaws of victory. Again, did McLaren, the papaya-coloured team, but not this time. 25 TB, 25 point place penalty, mate. I know, reminiscent of Lewis Hamilton in 2021, eh? I think they might give him one, you know? If you guys and the conspiracy theorist mafia are onto something, they might just give Max Verstappen to make it more interesting, eh? And again, I disagree with that. This is why the FIA are an absolute shambles. Regulatory capture GP is what they are. Guys, I'm going to run. There's a review video to be made, eh? Flipping Nora. How do you like your sprint racing? Listen, I will be back 30 minutes before quali. I want to try and get in there. I know Lewis Hamilton's going to jump in the centre car. I don't know the time when that's going to happen. Hopefully I can catch it with you guys. I might try and... Stella of McLaren. What's Stella saying? Well done. I don't know about that, Ted Kravitz. I think you're having a laugh. Perez fastest lap. What? I know, Kayla. McLaren have not complained. Jesus, Styler. Hectic. Just a bit, Kayla. We were... what are you monitoring the gaps for? Just make the switch and allow Oscar to handle it. Oscar had time in hand. Doing. Incredible. Right, guys, I'm going. I'll be back. I'm shell-shocked. I don't even know what to say. In summary, review video will be up in a couple of minutes. I'll be back 30 minutes before qualifying proper. Ladies and gentlemen, how do you like your Formula One? What are we doing here? Mad.